Hello, everyone. I want to talk about how people or how situations occur when you didn't do what you were supposed to do to earn that position or earn that title or earn. You don't have a right. You gonna just take something from someone. Just the bullies in the world. It's a lot of bullies in this world. I mean, you got bullies, and it's so. I mean, that aggressive mentality, that aggressive. You can't. People try to make people do things. You can't make a person, not a grown person. If a person is not willing to do something, you get a better response out of a person when a person is willing to do something. They're gonna do a better job. They're gonna go out their way to do something for you. If you treat them nice, kindness. You treat someone nice, treat someone like you want to be. But you got so many, especially us. You see, us and other races and cultures of people. First of all, they may not even know what you know. You may know some things and you can help them. I'm not helping anyone. And I want to say this because I had to go back to my situation with that job. But I'm gonna say this because I could talk about it now. Before I used to couldn't talk about it, but I gave, and I see people all the time around town. They be like, "What happened? What happened? What happened?" And I could do double cry. Oh, I couldn't do number crying. I mean, I couldn't do number cry, but I told them, I would tell them like brief things. I try not to call people names. I try to, because good Lord told me, say, Cherry, you have to let that stuff go and get peace within. Let me go. He give you peace. Get peace about it. Let it go. And I had to let it go. But I'm letting you know that, I was demoted. One, I was demoted. First of all, I ain't do nothing. I was working because anybody know that place that I was working at was chaotic all the time. Still chaotic right now. Probably somebody up there arguing, fussing with them people right now. But anyway, it was a highly, highly stressful, hostile environment. But I was demoted. They took my salary. The people that they demoted me because these jobs, some jobs have salary caps. They could only bring so they had to take my position to give it to bring, and the two people that they took my job for to get to somebody were people that weren't even qualified to do the job, and they came in gun ho, all pumped up, da 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 da, making changes, they chest all poked out. But anyway, the day that they did that to me, I was sitting down working. They just called me up in the room. I went in the room, and they was, I'm being in management, a supervisor myself. I knew what they were finna do. I'm like, what is this? They give me evaluation because you have to evaluate someone. The process was they had to evaluate. So I look at the evaluation. Now, here I am, the only person getting the evaluation. Normally we don't give evaluation. We be the last department to give the evaluation. I got my evaluation way before everybody. So I'm like, why am I getting the evaluation? I'm like, what's going on? I'm looking, what's going on? And I was the only person in there. 4 people from management, 4 people, and they just looking at me and the lady on one side that me and her never got along. For 20 years, we never got along. But anyway, they looking at me, and I looked at that paper. Because, I'm doing it very, so I know. So I'm looking at all these bad remarks, evaluation, bad remarks. So I'm like looking, and they saying, okay, I need you to read from left to right, telling me this. So I'm like, I said, I'm not finna read this. I say, where did this come from? I said, what is this? What's going on? I'm start asking questions. What is this? Where did this come from? Well, such and such, 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 such. I said, I'm not reading this. Read all that stuff, So he started reading it to me. And so more he read, tears just rolling down. rolling down. And I'm like, these, I said, y'all lying. I said, y'all lying. Y'all lying. And they said, Cherry, calm down. Would you listen? I'm not listening. I'm looking like, calm down. And you sit up here lying. Finna take my livelihood. I'm thinking like, all this in my mind. And they tell me, calm down, calm down. And I'm like, no, I'm not finna calm down. And I just, I was so upset with them people. And they just reading and just everything. And I say, y'all lying. I said, y'all. And then I started telling them about themselves. I said, use this and such and such. I started calling them out what they did. It's not about me and you. It's about you. And I'm like, but it was a war in that room. I wish you had cameras in there, some kind. And, it was a war in that room. I got so upset. I got ready to walk out because I wasn't signing nothing. I said, I'm not finna sign this. I got up to walk out. They would not let me walk out there. I had an anxiety attack. Told these people to call the ambulance. I remember like it was just, I said, y'all need to, I call him. Do you know people ain't pay me no attention? Then not only that, I was so upset. I left. I stayed gone. I was so angry. I woke up the next morning. You be so mad. You just, and then people don't realize you doing stuff to people and stuff on these jobs and then things like, you don't push a person because when you push a person, when they back up against the wall, you finna get a fight out that person. That person's gonna come out fighting, because that's all they know how to do. They gonna defend themselves. You don't push a person up against the wall. And then I left there. I called him because I wasn't finna look at them people. I said how mad I was. I wasn't gonna look at them. I left that place. I was so angry. I was angry. I thought about this. I thought about that. I said, these people don't realize, folks, that's how people really get hurt behind messing with people, doing folks wrong, knowing a person. I say, so anyway, I left there. I think I stayed gone. I called in. I said, I'm not coming to work because I had already been, see, the thing of it is, I had already went out on stress leave a couple of years ago. And to come to find out, I went out on stress leave a couple of years ago. They tried to fire me. They didn't want me back in there. So I had all this documentation, all that stuff, because I said, you know what, I'm not, and some say, don't go back in there. Don't go back in there. But then some say, Cherry, don't give them the victory. Go on, try to get yourself together and go back in there. I think I stayed out for maybe a couple of weeks or whatever. They ain't want me back in there. Went on to the doctor, did what I had to do. But anyway, to make a long story short, you have to be careful when we allow the enemy or so much of our evil to make us do things. I have to look terrible. To do things, you setting up people and stuff like, do people that has a prayer life. You be careful how you treat people because guess what? You're going to be end up in that judgment line because that's going to come up again. It may not come up in that particular person, but it's going to come up somewhere in your life because how you treated that person, it has a domino effect. Just like if you do good go for you, before you. It open up doors for you, just like evil. If you do stuff and you constantly on that evil side, constantly, because what he meant for what he meant for bad, he'll turn around for your good. But it's just a point that you don't treat people any kind of way, and that's when we're gonna get judged on. You're gonna get judged on how we treat one another, how you love someone, how you this and that. You don't have to sit up there and be, and that's why I learned to be by myself. I'm like I say, my circle, I have a small circle and I don't deal with a lot of people. I stay to myself. I'm like, I very seldom talk to people. My phone, it don't even ring hardly. And if I tell you so peaceful, my phone don't ring. Maybe a few bill collectors may call here and there. But guess what? I'm going to stop them from calling because don't be calling me, getting on my nerves. I'm learning, the way they say, be slow to speak, even slower to anger. And if you always angry, miserable, something wrong, you need some help. I tell people all the time, you need some anger management. And the good Lord is the best anger management manager that I know of. if you got some anger problems or some situation, anxiety where you can't talk to nobody, you never happy, you never smiling, something wrong with you. It ain't that person. It's something wrong with you. It's something wrong with your personality, because we should have a balance. We shouldn't be angry every day. You shouldn't be mad every day. It's a problem, so you need to get some help. Ask the Lord, remove some of this from me. Some of this animosity, some of this, why am I always want to get on somebody? You give us a position and we take it to our head. You walk around, you hurting somebody. Go somewhere. Really? Do you think some good gonna follow you? Sow some good seeds. Sow reap some things that come back. So, cause right now I'm in my reaping stage. I'm in the stage where I went through the reaping, but now I'm to the point where things are turning around in my life, where I'm finna start receiving some of the things I sowed. I try to be a good person. I try to say something kind, something silly. And if you can't say nothing nice to a person or do something nice, don't do it at all. Don't be the one that always have to be on the other side. Go on the other side. No, or just stay out of it. You ain't got to be a part of that. Right now, we already know who was against us. So get what? We need to be trying to pull together and help each other. I don't know what the problem is, why we can't do that, but oh well, I'm willing. And I know a few people that's willing to help each other. If you can't help a person, don't hurt them. And that's all I got to say. I'll tell y'all some more later. That's a bit of my testimony. It goes deep, but I'm learning how to cut stuff out. So talk to y'all later.